Hi, this screencast is on conjunctions, and many of you know that acronym FANBOYS. It stands for and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. And so if you're familiar with that, that acronym FANBOYS stands for conjunctions that you can use as sort of the glue that can stick two things together in a sentence. So I'm going to go through these very quickly. Conjunctions, what do? Number one, they can connect nouns. Look at that, scissors and glue in the cabinet. They can connect adjectives, strange but fascinating artwork cover the walls. They can connect verbs. Our art teacher cut and folded the paper. They can connect pronouns or nouns and pronouns. You and he will share supplies. Number 5, a conjunction can also connect adverbs. Let's see, Shane shaped the clay quickly yet carefully. They can also connect prepositional phrases, which we covered in the last screencast. Students worked at desks, on the floor, and at easels. In activity 1, I would like you to do numbers 1 through 10. You're going to be circling the conjunction and then underlining each element. So on each of your 10 lines, you're basically going to have the elements that are connected, underlined, and then you're going to circle the conjunction that comes between them, like you see in the two examples. So pause your screen and do numbers 1 through 10. So in activity 2, this is kind of interesting because it deals with this like parallel structure I've been talking about. They want you to use they use the term equal rank, and I'm going to ask you to understand that that means that the two elements that are connected with a conjunction have to be the same. They have to be the same, either prepositional phrase, they need to be the same, they have to be of equal rank in terms of two adjectives, two adverbs, two pronouns, two nouns, like in the two samples. After school, I must mow the lawn and other work. This doesn't make sense because you have a noun, work, connected with a verb phrase, mow the lawn. So to make it correct, you have to rewrite it as is done. After school, I must mow the lawn and do other work. Now it's of equal rank. We have mow the lawn, verb, and do other work, verb. Letter B, the procedure was quick and painless. Well, these are two adjectives, so they're equal rank. We write the word correct on the line. So for numbers 1 through 10, you will be either rewriting the sentence if the elements are of equal rank. If the elements are not of equal rank. If they are and everything's fine, you simply write correct on the line provided. So study these really carefully because this is going to lead into our sentence work when we deal with thesis statements, when we start using transitions. So please take some extra care in doing these 10. And here's the rest of that list. So pause your screen and do these numbers 1 through 10. And the next screen that you're going to see is combining simple sentences. So simple sentences have a subject and verb, okay? One subject, one verb. Although the subject can be compound and the verb can be compound, it's not a compound sentence. So a simple sentence says, here's an example, Gilbert always plays first base, period. I usually pitch. So those are two simple sentences. And down here, the first example says, Gilbert always plays first base, comma, and I usually pitch. So guess what? A conjunction can join two sentences. So what we're going to do here, we're really getting our sentences a little bit more interesting, a little bit more descriptive, a little bit more varied. And you're going to be doing activity 3, and you're going to be underlining the subject and verb as it says, and circling the conjunction. I'd like you to do numbers 1 through 10 here. I'm going to show you how to do them. You want to underline the subject once and each verb twice. We know this. We've been doing this forever. If there's a conjunction, circle it. And then if the sentence is simple, write S on the line provided. If it's compound, write the C on the line, as you see in the samples A and B below. So you're going to be doing numbers 1 through 10 here. Please, if you're doing this correctly, take some extra time on it. Sometimes students think like, okay, well, it's got two nouns. It's got a compound subject, it must be a compound sentence, and that's not always correct. So please take some extra time on this. We're going to be modeling this in our right nows and identifying whether sentences are simple or compound. Here's numbers 9 and 10. This box shows you a couple questions that students have. The first one says, does a compound sentence need any special punctuation? And the answer is yes. A comma has to go before the fanboys, before the conjunction. So notice it says, the fire alarm sounded, comma, but it was just a drill. And the next bank of question answer samples says, does it matter which conjunction I use? And it does matter, because their different conjunctions have different purposes. So number 1, and, have to have equal thoughts. So these are of equal thoughts. They're not showing any kind of variance to them. A wooden arm came down and the train rushed by. Look at number 2 though. The conjunction but has to join sentences that contrast with each other. So I got new glasses, but nobody noticed them. They're not exactly of equal thoughts. You're showing a little contrast between the first and the second sentence. Lastly, number 3, you want to use or that express between two sentences that express two or more possibilities. Either one thing could happen or the other thing could happen. We could eat healthfully, or we could order pizza. So I'm going to ask you to do numbers 1 through 10, only the even sentences. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. I don't know if they're going to fit on one screen. You're just going to do the evens. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Don't forget the and, or but that they're asking you to use. Just make sure that you're showing a contrast, or you're showing possibilities, or maybe they're just of equal thoughts. So here's, you can get 2 through 8, and there's 10. And that concludes this screencast. Do not forget the commas before the conjunction. Okay, I'll see you in class.